The brand new Apollo destination is complete. Heresy content changes, including new act rollouts and the Heretical arsenal, loot you won't want to miss according to Bungie. Today we take a look at the future of Destiny 2, and it actually looks pretty positive. Let's dive right in. So let's dive right into this. This is the end of year 2024 developer update by Bungie. It starts with Robbie Stevens, the assistant game director for Destiny 2. He says, "Over the past few months, we've been sharing details about the future of Destiny 2 in developer deep dives and live streams. The Destiny 2 team is hard at work paving the way for codename Frontiers. The new destination in codename Apollo is content complete, which means we're focusing on polishing the non-linear campaign, Metroidvania gameplay experience, developing the finer details of the world, and fleshing out the numerous quests that you'll discover during the journey through New Frontiers. The core game, portal, activities, modifiers, and next-generation gear that will be Destiny's new backbone are coming online. We're playtesting every week and have planned multiple summits in the coming months with members of the Destiny community to provide invaluable feedback and help us hone our executions. Additionally, we're hiring a handful of gameplay specialist positions. Our specialists, sourced from the community, will be in the trenches with the dev team, playtesting the new core game progression and gameplay systems, as well as codename Apollo's campaign and post-game. These specialists provide us with the kind of perspective you can only get from dedicated players. We'll be going dark on codename Frontiers communications for a little while. The team needs time to playtest, collect feedback, and cook before we emerge again with more details." So this is definitely exciting and some positive information for once. We'll get into more feedback about Heresy and Revenant and loot updates from episodes in a bit, but for now we're on Frontiers. Bungie says that most of the destination and content in Apollo is complete. They're now just focusing on polishing some of the details like the quest and some of the non-linear elements you'll be able to play in the new destination. Also, some of the things they discussed in previous developer deep dives are also coming online: the portal, activities, modifiers, the next generation gear in Destiny 2. Now what's interesting is this gameplay specialist position. It seems Bungie wants to bring on some hardcore Destiny fans, hire them essentially, to help develop the future of Destiny 2, playtest this new content experience. It says gameplay specialists at Bungie should be constantly thinking about the user experience through the endgame rituals and should leverage that to offer insights and feedback. This will require a strong desire and excitement to play through Destiny 2's endgame with a small team of skilled players to gain an in-depth feel for the underlying systems in play. So these specialists will participate in long-form, front-to-back endgame Destiny 2 play, analyze and assess systems and processes through gameplay. They're looking for people with significant Destiny and Destiny 2 experience, including endgame ritual participation. So if you're interested in this type of role, I guess you can check it out, but it's exciting that they're actually getting some of the hardcore fans into the process of developing the game. Let's now move on to the section titled Breaking Bones, about episodes and changes coming in the last episode and future. Destiny has a long history of reinventing itself in response to community feedback and the expectations of players. Our North Star, however, remains unchanged. We strive to build worlds that inspire friendship, and to create amazing gaming experiences that leave an indelible mark on people's lives. We've started breaking bones and trying new things with episodes. Some of those changes have been well received by the community, like the Vespers host dungeon race. The team found just the right mix of challenge and length to elevate the dungeon to the bar set by contest raids. Other changes have had a rocky start. Weapon crafting removed the joy of earning a random weapon, that feeling that any drop could matter, so we introduced enhanceable weapons. The Revenant tonics were meant to provide loot agency in lieu of crafting and give you a fresh way to chase gear, but we know we missed the mark with the tonic timers and not guaranteeing a weapon from the active tonic. So we're in the process of developing changes to make tonics last longer and give better payouts on top of a series of bug fixes planned for December 17th. Also, we see how these changes are putting pressure on your vault. So we're in the early stages of planning long-term changes to relieve vault pressure that will start manifest later in the year of Codename Frontiers. In response to the desirability of seasonal weapons, in the short term for Heresy, we've developed a new tier of seasonal weapon dubbed the Heretical Arsenal. More details on these weapons as we approach Heresy, but rest assured that it will be clear when they hit your inventory that they're worth inspecting. These changes are the stepping stones that help us evaluate our long-term plans to create a deeper weapon chase in Codename Frontiers. Episodes introduced a new content cadence with acts. While there are new activities, loot, and quests rolling out at a consistent cadence, this change created lulls in our gameplay calendar at the end of an episode. So for the final weeks of Revenant, there will be a special pursuit similar to Riven's Wishes, where you can complete quests to choose from a list of new and desirable rewards. If you've been around the channel recently, this might be that secret quest between Drifter and Eris. Additionally, we've been evaluating feedback from Revenant's content rollout, and we've made changes to Heresy that strike a better balance between everything dropping on one day of an act versus meaningful reasons to return throughout the episode. We're taking an approach where the vast majority of the activity's content will be available on the first day of an act, and subsequent weeks will add or evolve the content based on the story. Also, we're adjusting the act rollout schedule so that there is less downtime in the gameplay calendar later in the episode. Heresy will be our last season in the episode format. The team has taken some big swings to create new activities that evolve throughout episodes and create big secrets to uncover on the Dreadnought. So I am interested to hear more of what's going on in Heresy here. How is this content going to roll out? They say a big bulk of the activities will be available on the first day of an act and then stuff added in the various weeks. Is that going to be weapons, armor, or sort of quests for this story? They also say they're adjusting the act rollout schedule so there's less downtime in the gameplay calendar later in the episode. So does this mean we're going to have an even longer wait in between acts? Or how are they trying to stretch things out here is my question. The point is, like they say, they did take some big swings and some changes with this episode format. While there is new content to play, new stories, it didn't really hit the mark with most players, and even I made a video about this in the last couple of weeks. I am excited though for the stories we will see in Heresy and Frontiers, so some of this stuff seems like a positive for now. As Revenant approaches its final act, where you'll delve into a Dracula's castle-inspired fortress, I want to take a moment to reflect on some of the feedback we received around the echoes in Revenant's story, as well as the hunger for purpose and meaning in the post-Witness world. Our first two episodes had a tight focus, establishing Maya Sundaresh and her Echo of Command as a force to be reckoned with. Fikrul re-emerged with the power to create an undead army for one last showdown with the Guardian and his dad. We set out to deliver on narrative promises set up in the Light and Darkness saga that we couldn't tie off in the final shape. The Kell of Kells, the Hive siblings, showcasing the effect killing the Witness had on the world, and more. By prioritizing satisfying conclusions, we want to clear a path for bold new storylines in the saga to come. In Heresy, we're widening the focus of the story to the Hive Pantheon and ancient eldritch forces that shape the universe. The events of Heresy close the door on the Light and Darkness saga and act as a prologue to Codename Apollo, where the Guardian's purpose in the next saga starts to take focus. So this is nice to hear from Bungie. In my video in the last couple of weeks, I did complain about some of this stuff. That we get some of these big setups like Fikrul raising an army, bringing back Skolas. Act 3 is going to drop, we'll probably play through it in around an hour or two, and then all of those storylines are quickly closed off, making the payoff feel most likely not worth it. The same type of thing happened in Echoes. We finally confront Maya Sundaresh and she escapes. But Bungie's purpose here was finishing some of these stories in the Light and Darkness saga. And they even state that some of these moments in the episodes aren't meant to be anything huge, sort of introducing the next steps, Heresy especially. So I'm excited for the story and to see where this goes next. Steven says, on a personal note, this past November marked my 9th year at Bungie. I've seen Bungie and Destiny go through many changes over the last decade. What remains constant is the player community and Destiny team's commitment and dedication to this one-of-a-kind space opera, and our drive to take Destiny to places we only could have imagined a decade ago. It's appropriate that during Destiny's 10th anniversary, we reshape the game so that we can continue the enduring legacy of this universe that millions of people call home. We're eternally grateful to you, our guardians, for your passion and dedication to Destiny that enables us to chart a course to new frontiers. So overall, an end-of-the-year developer update. Some aspects of episodes didn't really hit with the community. Bungie took a big step trying to change things up from the seasonal format. They're acknowledging some of that feedback with changes in Heresy when it comes to content rollout. The destination and codename Apollo is complete. They're now focusing on the finer details, and even hiring gameplay specialists, possibly from the community, to help develop the new core progression systems and endgame content. So it's nice to talk about some positive things for once. Sometimes I make some negative videos. I definitely see a lot more and post online. But if you're watching this video to this point, you probably like Destiny at least a little bit, right? So it's exciting to think about the future and what this game could turn out to be. If you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.